Hello everyone, this is Sean from Sean's Vlogs and Travels by now, and I am here in Grouse Park. You should be able to see the sign beyond the baseball netting. Of course, given my current angle, as you can see, I have a good view of the sun so that I can see it through the phone screen. But what I might do is I might go to those bleachers over there so I don't have the netting in my way and I have a completely unobstructed view. So I'm gonna go there. I brought my digital camera as well, fully charged and lots of room, so I will be back. So here I am under the bleachers, which is the only way I can see the sun. Now look, it's coming into view now. Take a picture. Now I'm going to also test it with my digital camera to make sure that I can see it. And you see how dull the phone screen is. It's not hurting my eyes to see it through the phone at all. So I'm going to switch to the digital camera now and hope I have the same luck. And I can see its screen during daylight, so I'll be right back. This is Sean from Sean's Travels and Vlogs. And I am now trying to aim at the sun. However, I'm going to put my, give me one moment. I'm going to actually get underneath the bleachers again, like I did before, so I can see the sun in the digital camera screen without risking my eyes. Well, I am not seeing anything on the digital camera at all. It's supposedly aiming right at it. It's probably there in the center of your screen, but I can't see much on the digital camera at all, so it's going to have to be the cell phone. So I'm going to play it back and see what I can see. I'm back again. The phone's in front of me, so it should be getting a view of what I'm seeing, which is bottom right. The moon is beginning to transit across the sun. I can see it approaching from the bottom right. And I'm looking through the glasses right now. I see a yellowish white disc that is completely, I can see the circumference. So I'm going to look away now, pause the camera, and we'll pick it up with the digital camera now. Okay, I'm back again. The digital camera experiment was not very helpful. But looking at the sun now, you can see a bit more of the moon transiting at approximately 5 o'clock. And I'm holding the phone off to my right so it's not in my way. See, now it's in my way. And I go under the bleachers into the shadow each time. Oh, there's a wisp of cloud. But we're pretty lucky because this clear blue skies came out in time for 2 p.m. And if you look at the horizon, taking the glasses off, look at the horizon, you will see that there is now clear blue sky around us, and as you can see, there's not a single car, well, there is one, in the parking lot of this park. And I'm going to do these panorama views throughout the eclipse to make sure that I can see things. And we're supposed to get about 96% coverage, so we're going to see the tiniest sliver of the moon covering the sun by the time this is near totality at approximately 3:20 in the PM. And I'm getting no artifacts in my eyes after looking at the sun through the glasses. So I've protected myself great, and those tests worked. And if anyone else shows up at my set of bleachers, they're going to get the remaining 14 I have to hand out. So I will come back in a few minutes. I don't want to, I'm stopping the video each time. This is going to be made up of tiny little videos, because I do not want the phone battery to die out because the digital camera didn't work at all for capturing anything. So I will be back in a few minutes, say around 2:30. See you then. Bye-bye. It makes good shorts to preview the full video that I'll have to splice together and hope my laptop has enough room. Otherwise, I'm going to release a video every day this week to compensate. Again, taking the picture outside the bleachers again, from under the bleachers, and I'm trying to aim for it so that the sun is in the center of the screen, which you can see there now. Of course, I'm under the bleachers so that I'm not damaging my eye, and you can see the transiting of the moon again. So that's good. I'm getting good pictures, and there's my proof. And there's another picture. So now the sun's sphere is getting a bit misshapen. Good. So actually I'm going to set up underneath the bleachers so I can get the sun in the screen and make sure I'm seeing everything. So I'll be back when I have more. I'm going to try the digital camera again. But again, it cannot see what the phone sees. So I am going to have to rely entirely on the phone for this adventure. So I'm going to make sure that every last bit of footage that is not related to this eclipse is deleted off my phone. I'll be back. I was going to wait till 2:45, but there's more of the eclipse transiting now. Let me get my glasses on, and I will show you. Gotta wait until the phone is directly in front of my eyes. There. So now you should be able to see exactly what I see. I see a quarter moon crescent approaching the bottom right of the sun. And of course there are some cloud wisps that are in the way, but it's not obscuring too much, though it is getting dimmer now. And there's a cooler wind as well. I already uploaded one short to Sean's Vlogs and Travels. And so far so good. And I don't notice any difference. I'll do the panorama of the horizon again. It may be a little dimmer, but as you see, there's not much of a shadow. So it is probably only dimmer because of the clouds that are covering things now. There's a couple more people in the park at this moment, but because the clouds are thinner, you're still able to see through them. So that's about the 2:40 video. Guess we'll pick this up in about another 10 minutes. I'll do it at 10-minute increments. Short videos throughout all the way, I guess, to 4 p.m. with the big one to come at totality, near totality itself, approximately 3:20 p.m. And we're now about 40 minutes away. See you in a few minutes. I said I would be back at 2:50 or so, but it turned out that that last video, because I couldn't see the screen, was not aiming at the sun enough. Oh, now you can see. See that? Look at that. The disc is no longer round. It's being obscured slowly, and despite the wispy clouds around it, you are able to see the coverage. That's good. So here we go. And now you can see almost the moon's entire surface transiting the bottom, coming up from the bottom, almost exactly. So I'm going to pause the video, get under cover again, get the phone pointing at it, and get another picture. There. Now it's weird because in the picture it's not showing what it shows to my eye. Now, let me see if there's any way if I can zoom in. Well, that's 2.8 times. That's 5.4 times. No, I'm not seeing much zoomed in either. Okay, so that's all for now. And I'll come back and we'll see what we can find at 3:20. But I'll start at 3 o'clock as well. Of course, the obligatory horizon view again to see if it's any darker than what I saw at 2:45. It's about 2:47, and it was about 2:37 before, so nothing too dark yet. But I'm sure able to see it with my eye. And now the phone should be able to as well. That is so wonderful. It's amazing how my phone cannot see what my eyes can. That's incredible. View of me and the horizon around me, as you can see. And of course, looking up at the sun, hopefully. There you go. And around again. Huh. So not too dark, not too cold yet, but hopefully that'll change. And we're about less than half an hour from totality by now. So we'll see what we see. And I'll make sure that the phone doesn't run out of room because this is my only videoing thing. Okay, time to get some video again and picture. Now, the thing is, you're not going to have a very great thumbnail because it still shows a white circle even though it is half obscured to my eye. That's why I'm describing what I see as I film, because clearly it's not going to show up well on the film. But I'm checking. No, I'm still not reversed. Huh. Time to try that pinhole projector thing again. And no, you would have thought that the round circles, if the sun's being obscured, would show up differently, but they're not. But there's the supposed pinhole projector method. Don't have anything up. No, wait a minute, I do. Give me 1 second here. The zipper. No, that won't work. You can't see it because of my hand. However, maybe you can see it now? No. Alright, 1 minute. How about now? No. Okay. But once again, look up. There you go. I'm not looking at it now, but you should be able to see what I see. Come back in a few minutes. Okay, sorry about that. Recording paused for a moment. Trying again. Here we are, and there's something on the center. Don't know what it is. Trying to take a picture. There. I'm going to take brief pictures only because it appears the maybe it's getting a bit much for the phone, but I believe I'm seeing a dimming now. So let's do the horizon look. There you go. I think you're seeing some dimming now. Let me know. Oh yes, 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 yes. The sky is definitely getting dimmer now. It is finally having a noticeable effect. So I am going to look through my eclipse glasses again and see what I see. I will be back. Tiny sliver now. Phone's in view of me. I'm not going to get too much with the phone, of course, because you don't want to damage its photo sensor. That may have been what happened. But it is certainly getting dimmer out now. The sky is a deeper blue. I'm just going around the other way. Let me pause and do a selfie. Selfie mode. Let me rotate the phone. There, selfie mode. And if you tilt it up, up, way up above me. There you go. Now you see the sun. See? Oh, just a moment. Just a moment. There you go. It's in the center of the screen now. It should be. Good. You can tell on the screen now how much dimmer it is around me. So that's fun. I'm going to put the phone away now until about another 10 minutes, 3:15, and that means we should only be 5 minutes from maximum coverage. I'm suddenly noticing it getting a lot cooler now. I'm glad I brought my coat. I shouldn't need my toucan mitts because it was almost at 14. There's the sun again. And you can see how much darker it is. But you know, the one benefit of it being a lot darker is I am actually able to see the phone screen in daylight when normally I wouldn't be able to. There's the sun again. There, in the center of the screen, and I'm looking through there. Good. So, it is now 3:05. It's about 15 minutes to totality, so I'm going to come back when my watch says 3:25, which is 3:15 in real time. A few minutes before 3:20, which is totality, but there. Should be able to see what I'm seeing, and now I'm going to go under the bleachers and make sure. I'm back underneath the bleachers again. So we're going to rotate the phone on the stand, ease it out. There. Now this is supposedly maximum coverage, roughly, but as you can see, there's not much to see, is there? But what I will do, of course, is take a look around at the sky and see how dark it is. Now, of course, as they said, between night and day, totality versus 96% or so. And they were right. But the good thing is, at least you see something. And you do see the noticeably darker sky all the way around. And I'm going to pan the other way also. So, I'm going to get selfie now. Right, here I am. Here I am in selfie mode, once again. And there you go, there's the sun again. So I don't know if it's that much darker after all. I'm going to do a panorama with me in the picture. I'm not sure if there's much of a difference actually. About 3:15, approximately 5 minutes before maximum coverage. I'm going to call it that, not totality, because we don't see totality this far from Montreal or Kingston. And the clouds are obscuring something, although through my glasses I'm able to see everything. So I will come back in about 5 minutes for the final piece of video. It's about 2 minutes to go, but you can see the difference. Look at how faint my shadow is against the ground. And it is noticeably darker now, even to my eye. When I noticed the difference in the shadow, and I noticed how much of the phone was covered up, the sun was covered up through the glasses. Now, give me 1 minute. There you go. So now I'm going to get under the bleachers and get the proper pictures. Be right back. Okay, so I guess it's approximately 90 seconds to go until totality. So here we are, under the bleachers again. There's the sun in the center of the screen. Now, you can see how the disc is misshapen and blobby. And the sky around it is so dark. So the camera is showing something after all. And you can see how dim everything is on the horizon. Relatively, it is indeed like night and day, 96% versus normal. But that's pretty good. Alright, 45 seconds left, so I'll come back when there's more. Almost exactly at 3:20, I think. And what I'm seeing now through my eclipse glasses is the moon is starting to tilt a bit. It's tilting so that it is a bit more at 7 o'clock now, and I think it's beginning to recede from the sun ever so slightly. So I'm glad I'm getting this. Oh, wasn't even recording there. So now it's about 3:20, approximately full totality now. Although on the phone screen you can still see the full disc, so that's not really helping much. Which is why I'm describing everything I see. I do see the tiniest sliver of the sun still visible beyond the moon. And it is quite beautiful, the tiniest sliver. And take my glasses off and you look around. Now, you might not be able to tell from the phone screen, probably not at all, but we'll compare this video that I'm taking now at maximum coverage, not totality. to what it looked like at, oh, I don't know, 2:20 when I first started filming. But it was approximately the same time of day, I think, back in 1985, 86. I was in grade 2, nearly 40 years ago, that I first saw a partial eclipse. So it's really quite something getting to see this now, and a near total eclipse at this angle. Now hopefully in 20 years, when I'm 66, in 2044, I'll be retired, and I'll be able to actually travel to the area of totality. My plan in 20 years is to pick a hotel, based on the time of the eclipse, of course, that's at least within driving distance of half a day or so that I don't have to pay astronomical hotel rates. Or maybe I will just pick the barracks of a military base, the on-base hotel to stay at, so I can see everything. Still not receding. Still not receding. I don't think I'm getting the reflection off the phone screen this time that I got in 2017, of course. But it's wonderful. I mean, what I'm seeing through my eye, the tiniest sliver of the sun, it's good that I'm getting these recordings and describing what I see. So now the moon is at the approximate angle of 8 o'clock. So it's rotating. It's going to rotate its way out of coverage of the sun. And it is noticeably darker along the entire horizon to my eye. In fact, I'm going to start taking pictures. Of course, I can play the video back and get pictures of what the park looks like with the darkness, and you can see all my stuff that I brought and everything. Much brighter on the phone screen, but look, despite that brightness, look how dim my shadow is. There's my dimmed shadow. All right, so let's see what I see through the glasses. It's not receding yet. Still maximum coverage. There you go again. Under the bleachers again for one last go around. A few last pictures. Now you can see under the bleachers how much darker the sky looks all the way around. For some reason it doesn't look that way outside. Look, here's my hand in somewhat full sunlight. Can barely see anything. That's quite good. Alright, 324. So that should be maximum. That's quite good. I'm just going to let the... oh good, there, you can see it on the screen. There you go. Picture. So I might as well just let it go now. I mean, keep commenting. It's quite beautiful. Again, I'm pretty well all alone in here in the park. Everyone around me is not, so I'm going to turn it to selfie mode now. So it's about 325, so it should be maximum totality. Maximum coverage, I mean. Trying to get the phone and the sun in view somehow. There you go. And picture. There you go. Good. Got it. So that is the maximum coverage of the 2024 solar eclipse at the latitude of Deep River, Ontario, about 3 hours east of Ottawa, and approximately a 4-hour drive north of Kingston. That's why we didn't get full coverage. But it was quite an interesting experience watching the, the sun get dimmer, the air is quite cooler, and the shadows are quite dimmer. Now, don't know if you can see it, the moon has approached the sun. It's now almost at 9 o'clock, the angle of the moon. So that's quite good. Put the glasses on again. Yeah, the moon is now at a 9 o'clock angle to the sun. Now I'm going to see if I can get under the bleachers again and try to zoom in on the sun in the center of the screen and get a great picture. Last time I tried that, it didn't turn out so well. It might have malfunctioned the phone screen, but let's see. Zoom in, get away from the sun, let the photos screen show up, take it out to 10 times view. You're seeing the leaves and everything. the dim sky. And now we try to get the sun in view and get the picture and a second picture. Then we zoom back down to normal view, reach out, get the 1x picture, giving the lens time to adjust. There you go, 1x view. But it's true what they say, the difference between 90%, 95% coverage on the sun is that you don't see much at all. It doesn't, I'm going to have to compare all these pictures, of course, and try to put them in a chronological sequence and see if there's any difference. And I'm not noticing any more of the moon appearing yet, so we're in luck, though it is rotating its way. First it approached from the bottom, then it was at 7 o'clock. Well, it started approaching from 5 o'clock. Then it was 6 o'clock. Then it was 7, 8. Now it's 9 o'clock, obscuring most of the sun's disk. Just a tiny little bit on the right, which is what I'd seen before. And I'm making sure that for most of the time the sun isn't in view so that you don't burn out my phone's camera. But so far so good. I mean, I'm happy. It's now 3:28. So I'm going to stop filming for now until I see a significant change again. I'm going to stay here till about 4 p.m. In a bit stronger shadow, so I'm glad I got that video when I did. Again, it is about 3:35, so about 10 minutes after maximum coverage. And now the moon is at about a 10 o'clock position on the sun, and you're beginning to see a bit more of the sun limb visible. And if you look at my shadow now, you can see how much more visible it is than it was just a few moments ago. So I'm getting shadow comparison pictures also, and horizon pictures. Now, I took a look at one of my first videos this afternoon about 2:15, and it was a lot brighter on the screen at that time than it is right now. So now, yeah, now it's beginning. 3:50 now, well, 3:40, but I am noticing how much whiter through the glasses, and I put on a different pair just in case it was wearing away, the sun is. Taking pictures throughout. Now I'm going to get under the bleachers again and see what we can get as the moon recedes from the sun. Still at about a 10 o'clock position. So the moon went around the sun at approximately a 5 hours worth throughout the last, say, 90 minutes or so. So that's quite something. I don't know if you can tell how much brighter things are by now, but my shadow is certainly a lot more distinct. I'm glad I took those shadow comparison pictures as well. Now let's see. I'm going to try that colander thing again, but it didn't have any effect. No, the moon is definitely receding from the sun now. It's at about a... it's a crescent sun now. So the crescent sun is at about 4 o'clock on the sun's right lower limb. If you were looking at a map and north was to the front, I guess it'd be about southeast. That's the amount of the sun that's visible now. It's great how it did that. This is one of the few times in my life that I'll see a crescent sun as opposed to a crescent moon. Alright, I'm back. So now you can see me in the camera again. And the sun is up there somewhere. So it's about just after 3:40. And you can see all around the park. There you go. The hills and everything. So it's quite good. It is quite fun, actually. And you can see the shadow of my hat brim on my face now. There, it's almost like I'm wearing a mask. I'll have to compare the selfie video now to the selfie video of about half an hour ago to see how distinct the hat shadow was, but that's another way to tell how much of the sun is being covered and how much of its light gets through to us. So I'll be back in about 10 minutes when my watch says 4, and I'll be heading on my way home. Editor's note, the sun is covering more of the moon is receding, so it's revealing more of the sun. Just an editor's note, by taking these little bits of video a minute at a time, except for maximum coverage, which is around 5 minutes, it is my hope that I'm going to be able to splice together a lot of the footage and release it all at once. I'm going to release it throughout the week in case the movie maker can't get everything all spliced together, because even though I took Cyber DVD 27, Power DVD 17 off my computer, because I use 19 and 20. With the digital camera, I mean the cell phone, because now it just ran out of room, but as I was in the middle of saying, I'm going to splice as much of the videos together as I can, and we'll release them day by day throughout this week, because I doubt I'll be able to get everything together today, even though I made some more room on my computer, and these video segments are only about a minute in length, except for the one near maximum coverage, which was approximately 5 minutes long. And get out from under the bleachers and you get the full panorama of the park. And now the moon is at approximately 11 o'clock on the sun, and there's a lot more of the sun visible, and of course you see how distinct my shadow is now. So this will be the end of my recording for today of the eclipse. This is Sean from Sean's Vlogs and Travels, and I hope you enjoyed my 2024 eclipse video, where here in Deep River, Ontario, we got approximately 96% coverage. So hope you all enjoyed the video, and hope you enjoyed the eclipse if you were fortunate enough to be off for work and in the zone of totality, and I'll watch for those videos on YouTube as well. So we'll see you all later, and have a good week. Bye-bye.